Welcome to online classes DO Nalgonda. Once an electric conductor is connected to electric circuit through a battery, battery sets an electric field entire the length of the electric conductor. Due to this electric field, all the free electrons which are in the electric conductor starts moving in one specific direction. Okay, when the electrons are moving in one specific direction, they have some velocity. So today we are going to find out the velocity of the electrons when they are moving in one particular direction. This velocity is known as drift velocity. Let us consider one electric conductor. AB is an electric conductor whose length is small l. Okay, the Vd is the velocity, drift velocity of the electrons. The d is the distance traveled by the electrons. And the time is time taken to travel entire this length L, that is 1 second. Okay, we know the formula velocity Vd is equals to distance by time. If we apply all these values in this given formula, Vd is equals to d by t. Here t is 1 second, then Vd is equals to d by 1, then d will be Vd. Okay, now electric current in the given electric conductor can be calculated in terms of NQAVD. NQ is the total number of charged particles, A is the area cross section of the conductor, and Vd will be the length of the conductor which electrons pass through it. Then by this formula we can find out the drift velocity Vd is equal to I by NQA. If we apply all the values, electric current, N, Q and A, we will get the value Vd is equals to 0.07 millimeters per second. Actually, this also can be written as 7 by 100 millimeters per second. It means in 1 second, electrons will travel this much value. Actually, this is very less value. So, when we on the electrical switch, how long is the electrical device it starts glowing or it starts working? Apart from the distance between the switch and the light, at the moment when we switch is on, the electric bulb starts glowing, electric bulb glows. Apart from the distance, it works like that. It means actually the velocity of the electron is very less value, but as long whatever it may be, the distance is long. When the switch is on, electric bulb glows. It means once the switch is on, the battery sets electric field entire the complete length of the electric conductor. Due to this electric field drifts the electrons in the entire length of the electric conductor. So that's the reason behind whatever the long is the distance between the switch and the electric bulb, when the switch is on, at that instant moment the bulb glows. Okay, so the reason behind this is the battery provides the potential difference along the length of the electric conductor. So due to this electric field, the bulb glows. Okay, so now we will discuss about potential difference. Actually, this potential, unless the potential difference between the two terminals, electric charge cannot travel. This potential difference looks like a difference between the pressures of 2 points. Unless there is a pressure difference between the 2 points of any surface, water cannot flow. In the same way, when there is a potential difference between the 2 points of the electric conductor, then only electric charge will travel from one point to another point. Unless we provide potential difference in any conductor, electric current cannot flow. So, we will try to understand potential difference. Potential difference. Potential difference. Actually, when the electric conductor is connected to a battery, through the battery does some work. That work is W. We know the formula W is equals to F into S. Here the F is a force provided by the electric field, so that is Fe, and the S is the length of the electric conductor. So the W is equal to Fe into L. Actually, the potential difference can be defined as the work done to bring a positive charge to move from one point to another point, like from A to B. So the potential difference VAB, potential difference is indicated in terms of V, and AB is the potential difference between the points A and B. It can be defined as the work done to bring a positive charge. So the V is equal to W by Q. We know that the W is equal to F into L. So VAB, potential difference, is equals to FEL by Q. Potential difference also called as voltage, and the potential difference is calculated in terms of volts. So 1 volt is equals to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. 1 joule per 1 coulomb. It means potential difference is calculated in terms of volt. Here 1 volt can be defined as 1 joule per 1 coulomb. This is about potential difference. Unless we provide a potential difference between any 2 points of the conductor, electric current will travel. If we cannot able to provide the potential difference, we cannot find electric current in the electric circuit. Okay, the next we will see what is electromotive force. Next we will try to understand the term electromotive force. Okay, to understand this term electromotive force, we need to understand in yesterday class we have seen that one simple electric circuit, that is, here it's a battery, switch, this is a bulb. Okay, when the switch is on, electric current, actually the electrons are moving from negative terminal into the circuit. At the same time, electric current moves from positive terminal to the negative terminal. Okay, so here we are discussing about electromotive force. Actually, when the electrons are moving from negative terminal to the positive terminal, but what happens inside the battery is the positive ions will travel to the negative terminal and the negative ions will travel to the positive terminal. To travel this charged ions inside the battery has to do some work. This work is known as electromotive force. Simply we can say that electromotive force is nothing but potential difference of a battery, because this battery provides some potential difference along any 2 terminals of the electric circuit. It means simply electromotive force is the work done by the battery to move charged particles inside the battery. Okay, now we will try to understand the relationship between the electric current I and the potential difference. Before going to that point, we will try to understand the measurement of electric current. Electric current is measured with ammeter, and always it is connected to series in any circuit, and this potential difference is calculated with a voltmeter. voltmeter, and always it is parallel in electric circuit. These are the points we have to remember. And now we'll try to find out the relationship between the potential difference and the electric current. Actually, George Simon Ohm found out a particular relationship between V and I. This is called as Ohm's law. This is called Ohm's law. Okay. To perform this Ohm's law, we need to have some batteries and one iron spoke and one switch, ammeter and voltmeter. These are the equipment required to perform this Ohm's law. See, we will try to draw the simple electric circuit to find the relationship between voltage and electric current. So this is the iron spoke A, B. This is connected to one battery. This battery is connected to one ammeter, and this is the switch. The switch is connected to a terminal B. At the two ends of A and B, voltmeter is connected. See, ammeter is connected in a series in the circuit, and the voltmeter is connected in a parallel. By using this voltmeter, we will find out potential difference between the two terminals of A and B, and by using this ammeter, we can find out electric current inside this circuit. Now, the procedure will be, as we introduce more the batteries into the circuit, electric current also will be increased. The relationship between V and I is V is directly proportional to I. If we increase the number of batteries in the circuit, electric current will be increased. If we decrease the number of batteries in the electric circuit, electric current also decreases. So that the relationship between V and I is directly proportional. And this can be written as V is directly proportional to I, and we can introduce one constant, that is R. This will be I. V by I is equals to R is a constant. This constant is called as resistance. This constant is called as resistance. Okay, so R is equals to V by I. Resistance will be, and this will be constant. If we draw a graph between the potential difference and electric current, graph looks like this. If it looks like a straight line, that kind of conductor is known as ohmic conductor. Ohmic conductors. If the graph is not like a straight line and it's look like any curve, then that kind of conductor is called as non-ohmic conductors. Non-ohmic conductors. So for a specific conductor, V by I value is a constant, that is called a resistance. We will discuss about resistance in the next class. Thank you.